Okay. All right, and we'll wait till Kristen gets out of the picture. Okay.
All right.
And you're looking right at me.
All right.
I'm sitting down in this child's chair.
All right. Yeah. Oh boy.
All right, all quiet on the set.
All right. Lights, camera, action.
And I'm gonna count down from 5.
All right.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. My first memory of Papa Sam was whenever I was probably about 3 years old, maybe a little older, and
cut.
He was.
This chair is too low. You're looking down at me. I'm thinking what it's gonna look like on the camera. Okay. And
there we go. I can scooch down if you want.
no,
You want to trade?
I'm thinking they're not the same kind of same height to begin with. I'm just sitting down lower, I guess. That'll work. Hey, everybody quiet.
All right. All right.
And 3, 2.
All right. My first memory of Papa Sam was whenever I was about 3 years old, and he was holding me, and he was calling me his buddy, and I remember being that little guy, and being so proud that he was my buddy. He was the first man I'd ever had that connection with, I guess, that I remember, and being very proud to know him, and I remember I felt like I was on top of the world whenever he was holding me, calling me his buddy, and that's one of the first memories I ever had, and just everything about him. He was there for me all my life. I don't have really any memories that are before knowing him. I've known, and he's again been there for my family and I all our lives, helping us in every way you can imagine. He was a dad to me. He took us fishing all the time, back here on the back 40. We grew up fishing back here with Bubba and Jessica, and just tons of good memories as a child with Papa Sam. He would take us over to the Tollers, and he'd run an irrigation pump, and we would play out in the irrigation pump, and he would say, "You want me to make a rainbow?" We'd say, "Yeah," and he'd shoot the water across the sun rays and make rainbows for us. And just he had cattle out here, and he would have us riding in the back of the trucks when he'd go feed the cows, and sliding down the barn over there in the hay chutes or whatever, like they were slides. And just being a kid out here, he really, when we were going through rough times, he made it seem not so rough, him and Mama Sue both. And they were just great people, and very blessed to be a part of their family and be his grandson. And he has a great name, great reputation. I've always told him that I hope I can live a life as good as he did, and that I could be a good man like he was, because he was a great example for me on how to be a good man, and on how to treat others in a good way. And he was a hard worker, and so I always try to emulate him in my work ethic. Whatever job I have, I try to really give 110% like he always taught me growing up. And just a great man. Just going to miss him. But I do believe he was at peace, and he was, everything happens the way it's supposed to, and don't always understand it every time, but I believe he was ready, and it was the right time, and just going to miss my buddy. But like I say, that first memory of him calling me his buddy, and I remember being so proud to be his buddy as a little boy, and yeah, just like I say, he meant a lot to me, yeah, and my family, and we're going to miss him, so. Yep.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
You guys stories about watching the Dallas Cowboys game?
Oh, the Cowboys, absolutely. We would watch the Cowboys all the time growing up out here, and I learned a lot, a lot of, we learned that the refs could hear us, like Bubba always says. We learned that the referees could actually hear us through the TV, when we yell at the refs, and then the players could too, So, but no, we grew up, watching the Cowboys. Always had good memories of that. We'd watch, Super Bowl, even when the Cowboys weren't playing. Mama Sue, we would always, Super Bowl Sunday, we would have, burgers or whatever, cookouts out here as kids, and Bubba, me, and Jess would be playing football out in the yard, and. Just as kids, just like I say, we had some rough times, but him and Mama Sue made it normal. It was like we didn't know any different, and they really made it good. They were great people, and really helped us out through a lot. And like I say, just going to miss him a lot, but we know he's at peace now, and that all is well with him. He lived a good life, and he said a lot of good stuff in that letter that was read at the funeral and he lived a good life. He did. I'm just gonna miss him. It still hasn't really sunk in yet, but you know how that goes. So.
I do.
Yep.
Good job, man.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Got it.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yep.